Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. How's everyone doing? Good morning, Ro. Good morning, Sterling. Yeah, eternity, risk of failure, and that's just the ones they know about so far. Good morning. There you go. There we go. Patrick, happy hump day to you too. Good morning, McRangers. I didn't see that one. They're stealing fire hydrants for the metal. I mean, what is a fire hydrant made of? I mean, it's got to be metal. It's got iron. What? Otherwise, why? Why? I. You know what? Anybody who thinks everything's okay right now is in La La Land. La La Land. Don't really pay attention to I don't, the ADP numbers, but thank you for posting them. 152 versus 175 prior. Thank you. Again, there's not a lot of predictive value I've found with them, but a lot of people still follow them. And I appreciate Sterling posting all the news in here. A lot of them are expecting 50 basis points cut. Jacob, good morning. Uh, yes, I mean, come on. You establish a position and then your account's already followed, and then you tweet or zeet or whatever you do on Twitter or post. You post something out. Oh, I didn't know my post would move the markets, and then you dump your position into them. Okay, yeah, but will they actually do anything? Who knows? Voice is deep this morning. My voice is deep. Uh, I don't know. I had to clear my throat a couple times. Good morning, Christoph. Hello, Charles. Good morning, Legion Reaver. Cast iron. Thank you, Richard. So if I need to make some eggs in the morning, I could steal a fire hydrant because it's cast iron. I could cook my eggs on a fire hydrant. Windsor, Options 20, good to see you back, Options 22. Haven't seen you in a bit. Did I say good morning to Anissa? Good morning, Anissa. Unrealized for a lot, banks for losses just ticking up. Well, you know what? If you have unrealized gains in your homes, just take out a second mortgage. That won't cause a problem. And then, you know what? The bank should just. How do you get rid of unrealized losses? What can you do? Like if you can take out a second to get your unrealized gains on your house. Which I'm not advocating. I think that's just, you know what, you don't have the gains until you sell your house, by the way. Uh, how do you do? Is there a financial trick to do that? Can somebody let me know? Good morning, John. Oh, welcome, 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 everybody. All right. We had the mortgage applications come out earlier today, down 5.2%. Don't worry, everything's fine with housing. Mortgage rate 7.07. Don't worry, everything's fine with housing. What do we have coming up? We have the S&P Global Composite and Services. Those are the smaller to mid-sized firms, still projected to be an expansion, expected to bounce up from prior. We have the ISM services, going to be important to watch the prices. Employment. Prices and employment are going to be key there. Employment went into contraction, and prices are still high. Prices are still high. We're going to have to see. They'll probably come down a bit, but to see how much they come down. I think this market's just going to keep running through NVDA split on Friday with cycles going up. By the way, here's conversation. Oh, man, NVIDIA, what stocks you own? I own NVIDIA. When'd you buy it? I bought it a couple weeks. They're splitting. I get 10 free shares for everyone I own on Friday. Get 10 free shares. Do you know the price? What? What do you mean the price is adjusted by 10? You don't get free shares. The price comes down by 10 and you get more shares. That's a split. You don't get them free. Well, you get the shares, but it adjusts the price. Huh? No, they're free shares. Yeah, I understand, but the price comes down. It doesn't stay at over $1,000. There's the conversation. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. So we got the EIA numbers, oil in the dumpster. That's where we sit right now. Tomorrow we got jobless claims. It's already, I can't believe it's Wednesday already. And then Friday's unemployment Friday. NVDA another 150 basis points higher. All the mega caps, everything's fine and dandy in the world. Let's just keep chugging higher. Technology, comm services, everything's positive today. Wow. Everything's positive today. Buy today and go away. Still, we got the cut potential in September, and then another cut in December. So 2 cuts getting priced in. We dropped the fear mode, and now we should bounce out of it strongly. All right. Dollar Tree was a beat on EPS, but a miss on revenue. And that's key. When you're watching for earnings, watch those revenue numbers. And we have Lululemon trading against very significant support. So watch that going into the after hours with Lulu. All right, but are people running out of money to buy $250 athletic wear to wear to Costco when it doesn't look like they've worked out a day in their life? Because I had to go to Costco yesterday. Oh boy. That's all I have to say. Boy, watch for lines at the samples. Holy smokes, it's like people haven't eaten in a week. Tomorrow, we have NIO, we got Big Lots. But after we got DocuSign, we're at the end. The biggest thing I'll be watching is Lululemon because we got Dollar Tree out of the way. How else? I bet NVIDIA will go down after the split. Traditionally, a lot of these, especially the techs and the big names that split, they go down post-split. I agree with you, Doug. Thank you for typing in a comment. What, no free shares? Then I'm dumping NVIDIA net. Oh boy, options 22. You want to get your free shares. You want to get your free shares. They're free. They're free. It was the biggest bargain of the world. You just bought NVIDIA and you got free shares, and the price is not going to change. What do you mean the price is going to change? Oh my goodness. Lulu makes everyone's, well, then these people are buying knockoff Lulus that I'm running into because it's not making them skinny. There are certain people that shouldn't wear, especially for shopping. Oh boy, I went to the Walmart, not yesterday, but over the weekend. Woo! They should not be, and they're not wearing Lulus, but they should not be wearing athleisure wear. There are certain people that should not be wearing athleisure wear. All right, let's get right down to it. That's just my thought. Lulu makes you faster. You just have to buy them to feel the difference. Dude, maybe should get some. I'm getting rid of these tie dyes. I'm gonna get Lulu wear for men. Lulu wear for men. But 10 is bigger than 1. Do the math, Mike. Well, if they did an 11 for 1 split, because it's got to go to 11. It's got to go to 11. It's 1 better than 10. Oh, we got to have 11. If they only thought of that. Did you see the CEO of Wong signing women's breasts yesterday? Did you see the pictures of that come out? Like, he's a rock star CEO. If this is, we talked about this yesterday also on the podcast reporting for Futures Edge, but if that's like another magazine indicator. Come on. You're having CEOs sign women's chests. It's literally, that's the point we are. My head's going, but again, you wait for the signals. So, what's this? Increased activity in brain areas during rest and decreased connectivity responsible for memory and decision making. So what are we saying? So they can't make decisions. Where are we going? Where are we going? You can't judge skinny. Oh, I was not judging skinny at Walmart. But there's people that should not wear certain clothing. I'm just saying, not judging it. Just you gotta have a little self-awareness, maybe. Oh, internet addiction alters brain chemistry. Everybody turn. This is streamed over the internet, so everybody turn off. They'll turn off the live stream. Turn off the live stream. With all these images, I'm turning bullish on the healthcare sector. Oh, don't worry. They'll just give you another magic pill with the side effects. You may kill yourself. Take this pill. Suicidal thoughts and massive depression are side effects for this depression treatment. Really? I mean, if I see another ad for, oh my gosh, for another miracle drug that's going to save you from just, some things are helpful, but everything's a drug these days. Everything's a drug. What do I have off here? Is there something? No, that's right. That didn't get updated. Oh, I'm sorry for complaining, everyone. All right, so S&P, I'm watching this 53.2850. That would put it in double top territory. Might never trigger. And then the next key target running into potentially Thursday and Friday is this 53.48, 53.50. Again, I would advise against trying to do anything short until something triggers. Support 53.15 area, 53.14, 53.15 going into the open. And then it's 53.08 area. 53.06 to 53.08 are the two key support levels. And then the 53.2850 is the first one into the open. And then intermediate level, I keep an eye on between the 75 and the 87.5 is about 53.37. That's a pretty key area right there. Pretty key area right there. What else do we have? Christoph's turning to see us, Christoph, turning off the live stream. Eric says NVIDIA is a meme stock for market makers and fund managers. And the retail loves NVIDIA. Retail loves NVIDIA. What's the probability of the S&P? I'd say pretty good, McRangers. We have on the dailies. Remember, weeklies are rolling over, but dailies are getting that top area coming into Friday. We got non-farm payrolls on Friday. We got NVIDIA split on Friday. Could it still keep chugging higher? Sure. You know what? But it's waning momentum up here. Got a lot of heavy lifting. So those are the key areas. By the way, if you can't tune in every day, which I don't know why not, but you're looking for the next, if we do break out higher this week, above the highs from Thursday the 23rd of May, which were 53.68, 53.88, then we have a major cluster area at 54.10, roughly. The NASDAQ already in potential double top territory. I'm just going to put it on the left-hand side for now as a bookmark. May never trigger. But that's the key area to watch, the lows from Friday. Next targets for the good old NASDAQ higher. Let me just take a look at this 4-hour. That's still good, about 18,860, and then there's not much. That's 18,925, and then you have about 18,950. Those are the target order magnitudes higher. Those are. I just want to see where the short-term pausing harmonics put us, which I did not have. Let me see where this is. All right, we're trading right there on the 75. So I'm going to bump this up a little. I like that harmonic level slightly better. Right around this 18,890, 18,880, 18,890 level, I like a little better for a target moving up. Support, because you got to look at both sides. Support coming in, first level is about 18,760, and then significant support 18,700 to 18,710. The Dow. The Dow, if we break, there's been very significant resistance at this 38.9. If we break above there, there is not much in the way to 39.160. 39.160. This is also a great area if you're going to use harmonics. So if you're doing a breakout play, you could easily look at about 39. See where this intermediate harmonic comes in, right just slightly above 39K. That could easily be used to raise a stop. And then the cluster area is 39.120 to 39.160. The key support is back at 38.8 to 38.825. Russell, the key area I'd be watching here is 2056. Above that would be 2069. Very major support at this 2035. The VIX dropping. The VIX below 13. So again, unless it starts popping back up above 13, there's nothing here, and there's not a lot of support going into at least tomorrow and Friday pre non-farm payrolls until you get down to about 1225. The DAX hitting that first target area, bouncing up. As I said yesterday, I'd be looking to more aggressively lower a stop from any shorts down there. Also, if it does close above yesterday's high, it's technically a %B buy. And I'd be looking at the first target area between the 50 and 62, but I don't know if you can get proper reward to risk there. Notes triggered yesterday the double bottom, the channeling double bottom. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Key support back at 109.24. Going to be watching that, but I think this is getting very dovish. The yield did not. On the 10-year yield did not. The 10-year yield, no trigger. So, no trigger there. It has confirmed it as of today, but has not triggered it yet. Need to wait for a trigger on that. Dollar index. There was a potential, again, this is another one that you don't have, for my consideration, you don't have proper risk reward. Remember, because you might have a setup, if you don't have reward to risk or risk to reward, and you can't get the first target and the stop in logical places, you do not have a trade. It doesn't matter if you had a trigger. Also, you have massive overhead resistance right around this 104 area. It couldn't even get there today. But watch this very significant line in the sand, because if dollar starts breaking down here, it could make a quick trip lower. Crude, here's another one. Yes, there is a potential %B buy above yesterday's high. It's against rotation zone, but there might be a little room to run there. It's trying to form a little micro base, but that's not a long-term bottom yet. It closed below 62.5, so we could easily retest this 70 area. And remember, watch this week, because this could be the first close below the weekly 200 in a very long time. So definitely the oil market is pricing in a substantial slowdown. What else? Your brain can hold 10 times more data than a supercomputer. Do we have to pay NVIDIA for that, though? 100 trillion synapses. That's like having a supercomputer storage capacity inside your head. Sorry, my dogs. I don't know what they're barking at. They're happy, though, today. Before it hits 111 tomorrow. 111 tomorrow. Yay. Yay for 111. Gold? No double anymore. I mean, the double top is still potential, but we're just caught with key support resistance. Not expecting this to break out potentially until Friday or break down. So there's nothing going on in gold. Key resistance coming in about 23.75. Key support about 23.40. Silver Triggered the double, getting a little bounce. I'll be watching for the next rollover play in silver. At this point, copper coming down to that 50 and right near the bottom of the target area. So this is definitely, after waning momentum coming down here, I'd be looking just to wrap up that if there were any shorts going on. I was watching this for the pullback. Now I'm going to see how significant this can bounce, but we have the cross of the rotation zone, and we've returned to the weekly. So I'm going to see how significant this bounce is, but if it's pricing in the slowdown in oil, we're going to have to see if copper can sustain anything much. 10-year yield on the yen still pulling back. Yen coming back to that 50 again and bouncing up. But there's not a fantastic setup. Still, we have the probabilities for higher US dollar, Japanese yen prices, which is a weaker yen. Not much to talk about in the euro. Spiders, still looking at the harmonic level. So 530.76. Key supports now about 529.40. And then it would be, if it did roll over, not expecting a rollover today, but if it did, next target would be 528.40, which 528.39, which is yesterday's closing. To the upside, 531.23. That's the target. We still had a gap left behind here, back from the 28th of May, 529.81, but that's going to be filled with another gap higher. So that's where that sits. And then if we have to go down to find an intermediate level, there is not a fantastic intermediate level here. So this is where, again, if we come back here, I would use 530 as an, above 531.23, I'd use 532 as an intermediate level. Then you have your open price from the 23rd of May. For the Qs, 456.20 is the first support. Then you have major support back at 455.60. Next target, 458.39. And then the next target beyond that, I'd use first this open from the bar of the 28th, which is 459.18, and then that closing price, 459.68 for the full gap fill. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. Remember, above what 1180 takes the potential double. Never triggered off the table. We're going to gap open above that. So 1180 becomes support. Next key target, 1200 to 1208. There we go. So NVIDIA to the moon. Free shares. Remember, free shares, everyone. There's your wonderful split. Free share split date. I thought it was Friday. Isn't it Friday? It's not Monday. Maybe that's when it's recorded, but it's Friday. You have to be a holder as of Friday. You technically have to hold it on Friday, and then you get the free. Your free shares. Come get your free shares. That's a joke. Don't know who's tuning in or watching on replay. There are no free shares. The price adjusts too. Nothing going on with Tesla. Someone's stealing my fire hydrant? That's what they're barking at? Then where the dog's going to pee? You can't steal my fire hydrant. Is the smart money selling in the morning? We're buying in the... I don't know if there's any smart money right now. The smart money is just still trading with the trend. And there's a lot of afternoon buying still. Let's see. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we looked at that. What else do we have? All right. What else? Let's just see where Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree's just a slight gap down. I'm still expecting Dollar Tree to continue lower based off the probabilities, at least down to this 102 to 108 level. Lulu, uh, pretty gosh darn over cycles at the bottom, oversold with some divergences against in a very major support area. If we bring this all the way down, the next target lower is 284. The key area higher on any beat would be right around 350 if it had a gap up. But notice this is not run up at all. After Marcus is not like the earnings last time. Gonna have to see, but it is very oversold. With that, let's just check what the S&P is doing into the open. Oh, pretty big run up into the open. That's tagged the 75. 53.2850. 53.2850. So the S&P just qualified. Let's take a look. Again, may never trigger. Trend is still up. But we've got waiting momentum. There's your potential double. Could fall into a bigger double, but trend is still up. Taking a look at the tick. Ooh, really strong opening, 1200. So on the tick pullback, I'll be watching to see the support holding. Let's see what the level is. We've had that. So the key support going into the open is about this 53.22, 53.21 to 53.22. Below that, you got 53.17. So going to be watching for a pullback and then the bounce and the tick. All right, with that, we're going to wrap it up for now. Remember, just your weekly unemployment numbers tomorrow. We have those services numbers coming out. We have the S&P services numbers and composite coming out in 14 minutes, and then you have the ISM ones coming out at 9. So depending on how they print, if this does bounce into that time, watch for potential. If their numbers come out disappointing at all, watch for potential movement off those numbers. With that, I shall talk to everyone later. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye for now.